everyone, I'm Vicky, welcome to my channel. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. If you are already part of my little sub family, thank you so much. So today's video is another pregnancy update, pregnancy diary chat. So the last time I spoke to you guys, I ended up getting Dan involved. I was going to get him involved for this video as well, but our schedules just haven't really matched up. One of the things I'm still really struggling with is tiredness. So I'm 13 weeks, so I'm almost finished with the first trimester, heading into second trimester, but tiredness for me has been one of the big things that I've really struggled with. I go to work, I do my full shift at work, but then within an hour of getting home I just crash. I don't want to do anything, I just don't have the motivation, the energy for it. So yeah, I just want to sleep, and no matter how much sleep I have, I still don't feel refreshed. I just feel exhausted. So like, for the purpose of this video, I've put some makeup on, I've done my hair, and I'm wearing some like nice clothes, and I do feel so much better for it. But yeah, the tiredness, it's so tiring growing a person. So with the tiredness, I also have like food aversions, which is one of the pregnancy symptoms that a lot of people get. And it's not so much of like, at the moment I'm not wanting to eat because like my appetite has come back, but it's more of like due to the tiredness. I just physically cannot be bothered to cook. Like, and I'm not overly hungry as such, because the overwhelming desire to go to sleep is so strong. I'd much rather prioritise going to sleep than eating. And I know it's like a vicious cycle, because if I'm not actually getting the food, the nutrition and nutrients and stuff into my body, then that's going to have a negative effect and make me more fatigued. But that's just how I'm feeling at the moment. I am literally so tired. But we just have to carry on. So with that in mind, I have like looked at what I can do and what I can take food, drink wise, to sort of help with my energy levels. So I'm in the morning I'm having orange juice, because obviously that helps with iron absorption, and I'm trying to stay away from coffee, just so that, yeah, because obviously like your iron levels and stuff, they need to be a lot higher when you're pregnant. So I'm just conscious of the fact of like, I need to look after myself. So yeah, that's what's been happening. Kind of went off on one, but that's why me and Dan just haven't really been able to align ourselves, because I just want to sleep all the time. So when he is around, I just want to sleep, and then obviously he's not around right now, so I just thought I need to film this video, so I'm filming it. One of the things that we did since the last time I spoke to you guys is there's a new baby store in Doncaster. There's a lot of traffic outside. I'm sat in a different room, so if you can hear that, I'm really sorry, and I did just get a bit distracted by it. So anyway, there's a new baby store opened up, so we went there to have a look at what they've got. And so it's mainly just like push chairs, and then on their upper level they do have like furniture and other bits and bobs. But we went and got an idea about like the pram and how much that is going to cost, and what is included in all the bundles and things. So the staff are really informative, really friendly, and we haven't made a decision yet, but I do think that we will just be going there and getting yeah, our pram from that store. Just because of the customer service, I think. It was just wonderful. Like, we've been there twice now. Each time Dan has dragged me around, like I say, the tiredness has played a part, and I've just not really felt like looking at prams. And to be 100% honest with you, they all look the same. Every single pram looks the exact same as a different brand. The only difference is the name. And I just feel a bit blind, bewildered when you walk into store and you're faced with all these prams, and Dan's there like, which one do you want? And I'm just a bit like, I don't know. They all push. They all have wheels. They all do the same thing. Like, I don't know what I want. So I feel a little bit like the staff are probably like, oh my god, here's a hard sell. But it's just because I'm so tired. I don't want to make the wrong decision because I just physically can't think straight. And then there's the whole like dynamics of like a baby seat and a spinny and a pulley out, and I'm just like, yeah. The other day when we went, we had one lady who spoke to us, and the information was just coming out of her mouth so fast. Dan was like, what are you thinking? And I was just like, I am basically overwhelmed by how much you've just told me in this short space of time, and I cannot comprehend to everything you've just told me. So we will be going back again, and hopefully I get to decide when we go, because the last 2 times it's been like Dan saying, come on, let's go, and I've really not felt like going shopping. So now that I've rambled on about that, we did have our dating scan, which is what we were waiting for. So it was after work, so neither of us had to disclose the information to our managers. We didn't have to book any time off work, so we went, and my god, it was such a fast process. I was expecting to be sat in the waiting room for quite some time, but my bum had literally just touched the seat and my name was called out. It happened that fast that Dan didn't even realise that I'd been called. So I stood up. Dan was looking across at like this little girl who was in there with her parents, and I was like, Dan, I've been called. And he was like, what? I went, yeah, are you coming? So, and then I went and had like the ultrasound, and I wasn't expecting, I just wasn't expecting it, because well, the dating scan said that we were like 12 weeks plus 1 day, and we thought that we was 10 weeks. So I'd been following like my app, and following the progress each week of like what developments are happening to your baby right now, and I just felt like I'd lost 2 weeks. Like I had lost 2 weeks of information and knowing where my baby was. So I just kind of wasn't expecting it to look so much like an actual baby and moving so much, because I'd not got to that stage on my app. So I was just a bit in shock and surprised, and I didn't cry. Like Dan started to well up, but I don't know, like, do you know like sometimes when you've got like some really serious news and you just laugh because you don't really know any other way to deal in the situation? So it was making me laugh, but I didn't feel like in a negative way, like laughter. I don't know, it was just really funny because it was moving so much, and I just wasn't expecting that at all. So it was a really nice moment, but because I was laughing, I had to look away from the screen so that the lady could get the images that she needed and do all the measurements and things that she needed to do. And I feel a little bit disappointed just in the experience that I didn't get the full amount of time to like view my baby, which obviously isn't anyone's fault. Like in order for me to stop laughing, I just literally had to look away. But I feel like that I've missed out a bit because I didn't see the baby move as much, and Dan was constantly like looking at that screen, and he got like the full 5 minutes or however long you're in there for of like looking at our baby. And I just feel like I want more of that. We only plan on having 1 child, so I want to soak up this experience as much as I can. So with that in mind, I think we will be looking at booking a private scan so that I get a bit more time to look at my baby and see it and see what it's doing inside. So yeah, so we went for the dating scan, that was the ultrasound, she did all that. Then obviously like you go back to the waiting room where you then get called into other rooms with other healthcare medical professionals. So then I literally like emptied my bladder, because obviously you get told to go with a full bladder, and it got to the point where I was like, I really need to go. I did take a urine sample with me, so I didn't waste my full bladder urine pot. So I took that into toilets with me, did my urine sample whilst I emptied my bladder, but literally like I say, it was so quick, the turnaround. I'd gone into the bathroom and my name got called again. So Dan was like, yeah, she's just in the bathroom. So we went into the other room. I think she did a blood test there, I can't remember. Or took my blood pressure. Gave us our baby photos, which is, I've just got it behind us. And then went and sat down again, went into another room, spoke to someone. She gave me a booklet, like the chart of like what had been shown of the baby during the ultrasound, and a massive pack of multivitamins for me to take, obviously throughout the pregnancy and after. So I had them. So luckily I did take a tote bag to put, well, I can't remember what I did have in there, but luckily I did take a tote bag so then I could put them in there. Then obviously I saw a consultant, then he was talking about my kidneys, so then I had to have another blood test and give another urine sample so that they could test them for my kidney function. And I've also been put on to aspirin tablets, which I'm not sure if they do that quite regularly, like it might just be like yeah, something they do, but I'm now on multivitamins and aspirin, and he wanted me to take 2 aspirin a day. So obviously after the dating scan, we had been planning and preparing for our announcement of the pregnancy, and once we had got all that confirmed, we could then share our news with family and friends and everyone. So we did that, and it was just wonderful. It just was amazing. Yeah, like the family reacted exactly as we've like expected them to, and it was just really nice. And after that, like after announcing the pregnancy, it's just really nice to no longer be in our own little bubble. It's so nice to be able to talk to other people and get their experiences and just advice and yeah, help and support, I suppose. So that has been really nice. That has been like one of the best things to happen since the last time I spoke to you guys. Just sharing the news and getting it out there. And obviously, like, this is something I've read, I didn't know this, but once you get to the 12 weeks, your risk of miscarriage is reduced by 80%, which is a huge amount. So yeah, we feel really, well, I feel really positive, and I feel like I'm in a good place, and I think a lot of that just comes from like the support that I've now got and the availability of being able to talk to other people. It's just such a relief, such a weight off my shoulders, and I just, yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. We haven't really bought anything for the baby yet, and that is something that worries me and concerns me, especially with how tired I've been. I just feel like I'm not really getting anywhere. So once we have had our family holiday and we have got the living room sorted, because we had ordered some furniture for our front room and we're still waiting on that to arrive. So once we've got those 2 big things out of the way, we will then be able to start sorting out the baby's room. I was in 2 minds whether or not to have a nursery, but we've come to the decision that if we get it done before baby is here, then obviously it's done. We've got a place that is especially for, like, we will then have a place that the baby things can go into, and it will just make planning, preparing and getting the excitement and everything for when baby is here, just, yeah, I feel like I will feel a lot more settled and ready if we've got the baby's nursery done. That's one of the big things we will start eventually sorting out. Obviously I need to figure out when I'm going to start my maternity leave and talk to work about that, so that's something that has been playing on my mind since the last time I spoke to you guys. I'm just trying to get as much information as I can around like my holidays, if I can pull any from next year's entitlement and bring them forward, like basically what I can do. So once I've gathered all of that information of what my employers will allow, then I will be able to make a decision on when I will start my maternity. We're still planning on me returning to work after the baby, so yeah, we'll just see how things pan out. And that's it for this update. I don't know if I've missed anything out. I've just tried to, yeah, just talk about the main things that have been happening since the last time I spoke to camera. If you've got any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section down below. I will happily answer them and discuss any questions asked in a future video. So the next time I will come and sit down with another pregnancy update will be either after my 16-week checkup or after the 20-week 20-week scan. So overall I just feel so much better. The last few times I spoke to camera, I just feel like I've been a little bit kind of within myself, but I just feel, yeah, good. So I'm going to leave that there. I have been ranting and raving and yeah, waffling for quite some time. So if you have watched this video till the end, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Hopefully see you again soon. But for now, goodbye.